tube. It only expanded sort of just enough to get enough carbon to coat 4 cells. I got 2 more cells there, and I got 2 other cells of the other type waiting to be tested. I'm going to try the glucose and caustic soda and glucose and potassium hydroxide as a double cell solution, and that will be the next experiment. I've got some nickel ordered, so I'm going to try a nickel ion battery, and I'm going to sort of try to make a ball mill so I can crush down some aluminium, and I'm going to try coating the aluminium on 2 carbon sheets and go that route instead of having plates. Might be a cheaper alternative. See, the motor's still going. I wouldn't call it strong, but it's still holding its 12 milliamps. Okay, we're at 11 minutes. I don't know. Strange. But it is a fresh cell. I'll remember to wash these cells this time, because I'm supposed to wash it and let the brake fluid come out. Lucky I don't have chlorine. Hey, could have been a bit more exciting video. Yeah. Yeah, got to remember that if I ever decide to use chlorine. Chlorine does do a good job in the cells, but it really takes toll on the aluminium. As I found out when I soaked a piece in the solution once. I was wondering where I should put the glass. Time I figured it out, the glass was heating up, so I ended up digging a hole in the driveway and tipping it down there. Shh, I didn't do that. Well, we've hit 12 minutes. It's running off its own power. Here's the other end of the power meter. It's not connected. There's nothing hiding down there. It's not a real powerful motor, so I mean, cell. It's not too bad actually for. Oh, forgot the word. Oh, totally forgot the word. Epsom salts. That was it. Yeah, looks like we're going to get like a 20-minute or more runtime from a half-hour charge. I might charge that one up for a half hour and see if it does the same. .14-minute mark. 14 minutes at least 12 milliamps. Epsom salts and a bit of manganese dioxide. I think it's the manganese dioxide that makes all the improvements here. Without that, it would be like one of my first cells, because that was the first solution I tried, was Epsom salts, and it didn't sort of, well, I was trying with ludicrously sized motor. That might not help. This cell may actually move that big cell motor. I'm waiting to build a cell which will drive this thing, but this is its battery. It's stuck. Look how big that battery is. That runs that chopper 3.7 volts for at least a half an hour. God. It's dead now, this one. Probably just needs new electrolytes, maybe. Yeah, it's 3.7 volts. Look at it. Woohoo! Now that would be a battery to be proud of. Look at my cell. It's like 1,000 times bigger than that one, and it can't even run. It barely runs this thing. Oh well, you got to start somewhere. We've hit 15 minutes. Yo, record. I think that cell actually outperforms that one. Sugar carbon. That's a cheap alternative. Just a bit of bioethanol, some sand. You pour the bioethanol in the sand. Mix your sugar with some baking soda. Got to get the concentrations right. The baking soda puts in the gas for the expansion, and then you just ignite it, and away she goes. You might even be able to get rid of the ethanol by making a charcoal fire and just putting it on the hot charcoal. Should do the same trick. I reckon it needs more heat. I wasn't getting the heat with my ethanol and sand, so it wasn't really expanding really high. I got a photo of it. I did take a movie, but it wasn't worth watching. I was expecting a metre high sugar snake. Wishful. 16-minute run time. Did that voltage just go up? What craziness is this? So it's now being galvanic, I take it. Strange. Very strange. Now it's gone back down to 0.2. Strange, it's still running at that. That cell stopped. Yeah, look, voltage just moved again. Hey. At this rate, the run time's going to come close to its charge time. We're heading into 17 minutes soon. 6 seconds to 17 minutes. Wow. And here I was going to dismiss the sugar carbon because the plastic I tried to make, conductive plastic, was no longer conductive. Or it never conducted. There was no ohms. I might actually try to sand the surface and then see what we get. Yeah, look, voltage just went up 0.01. So now we're at a galvanic. It's actually producing the power that will run that. So it's going to be a hard test to test, because this might sit here for a while. I think to get a proper charging cell, there needs to be another component added into the manganese oxide and the Epsom salts. Part of the equation's missing, I think. It's a bit complicated, that stuff, for me at the moment. I'm trying to learn. I've been Googling all month. Did, look, it just went up another volt. What the? No power lead connected. Well, it's something strange. Oh yeah, it could be now. The electrolyte's probably penetrating the complete surface and creating a good galvanic action. I won't be able to tell until I pull the plates apart and check the oxidization layers. It's still running. It's 19 minutes run time. 19 minutes and at least 12 milliamps. Oh, that cell. This cell makes that cell look obsolete. I would say it has to do with probably the better piece of aluminium, higher grade. The cool drink can aluminium's got other elements mixed into it. The coating on it is really hard to sand off. That's the reason I started looking for other forms of aluminium. The cans are getting too hard to make, they take too long. Another reason, this is a stiffer piece of aluminium, so the carbon sheet might form better to its surface than that one, being all floppy like. Only thing with a flexible cell, if you move them around, they could lose their contact between each other. I guess they have to be tightly packed, but then you lose your flexibility, so what's the point of your flexible cell? I was questioning that, that's why I was going to try to make some carbon plastic. So I can make my carbon flexible sheets in, say, 3.5 hours now, down to a reasonable ohm level. And plastic, if that turned out, it only took like 20 minutes of mixing, pour it onto some flat surface and squash it, and then wait. Oh, the milliamps just went up, the volts went up. I think the electrolyte's getting into the surfaces now. Self-charging battery. Whee! 22 minutes. Excellent. Only had probably runs that motor all day now because it's galvanic. Well, that one wasn't doing any galvanic. That was sitting at 0.01 volt until you actually put a charge in it. Then it'd slowly dissipate. So, it's looking like carbon sugar carbon. And the process to get the sugar carbon, I think, is a lot cheaper than making the graphite. "22 minutes. Oh, look at the voltage now, 0.24 with a load on it. I've never seen that before. Yeah. Something strange every day with battery cells. Most likely then tomorrow that cell might not even be functioning anyway. "24 minutes of run time." Oh look, it just went up another 0.01 volt. Oh, that's fluctuating. It's trying to increase. Did the milliamps go up? I wasn't watching. 13.7. Yeah, look, weird. Sweet. Yeah, I better be careful. My phone might run out of memory. It's nearly a half-hour footage. I'll try to run. If it drops out, the phone ran out of memory. No signs of that little motor slowing down now. Oh, it just went up another 0.01 volt and milliamps. Weird. Must be the electrolyte starting to get into all of the surface. Probably too early of a test actually, maybe. Like I just put it together. It's been, well, I got 11 o'clock, it's probably 12:30 nearly. AM.